What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, and I hope you lot all do well today, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. That's right, the daily series right here on Football Therapy, where I go across football news media, see what's being said about the Blues, consolidate it into one manageable package for you there, the viewer, giving you my opinion, but hey, more importantly, asking for yours. Today I want to talk about three different subjects. One, a quick lone watch on how Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ross Barkley performed, our loney attacking midfielders, in the Premier League this weekend. Fikayo Tomori has spoken out about him staying at Chelsea, what he expects to happen. He was going to go on loan, now he's here, is he going to get game time? Does he believe he's part of this Chelsea starting 11? And also the media yet again are talking about Kante. Would he be sold? No, he's not going to be sold. Maybe he should have been sold. I do want to pose an N'golo Kante question to you guys. Yes, I know it's a bit of a tiresome recurring theme sometimes, but the question has to be asked in my opinion. So yeah, a big thank you to all of you who've subscribed to Football Therapy and helped me get this far on this peculiar and wonderful YouTube journey. Nearing 100,000 subscribers now. If you want to be part of that and help me out, man, please do consider subscribing, hitting the important bell notifications icon. And if you want to support your boy, please do drop a like. It does help, you know, mate. Alright then, let's get into it. Alright then, loanies! Let's start with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, starting in a 4-2-3-1 formation in a number 10 role for Scotty Parker's Fulham in a 1-1 draw against the Blades. This is really interesting because at the beginning of the match, certainly, he looks like he's in his free role in the 4-2-3-1. It's almost like Scott Parker sat down with Frank Lampard and said, look, I'm going to play him the same way you play Kai Havertz in your 4-2-3-1 and give him the free role. And if he does really well for Fulham this season, keeps us up, scores a few goals, gets a few assists, does a few good tackles and ball progressions from the midfield, you can bring him back and maybe even rotate him with Kai Havertz in that same role. I'm definitely reaching here, and I feel like I'm reaching. Still, you know, he won a penalty, he looks pretty good. He's got good stats from that game. We'll keep an eye on him, but hopefully Ruben Loftus-Cheek shines and can be the hero of Fulham in a different team. Next up, Ross Barkley scored a 25-yard stoppage time winner in the side netting. Long drive in Aston Villa's 1-0 win to keep them second place in the league, undefeated so far. Wow, the Premier League is weird these days. What a loan signing Ross Barkley looks to be for Aston Villa. He's freed up Jack Grealish massively because he has got serious quality. Ultimately, Ross Barkley, he frustrates Chelsea fans for a multitude of reasons, but I've always maintained he's a superb squad player for Chelsea. But for Aston Villa, starter every day of the week, and he's freed up Jack Grealish, and he's causing some problems himself. He scored 2 goals already, of course the winner in this game, which was an excellent goal, and he's playing some good football over there, so it's really positive to see. Well done, Ross. Just wanted to talk about those two players because they're similar in many ways, and they're playing for sort of like similar level teams, although Aston Villa's at the top of the league and Fulham's at the bottom. Anyway, there's that done, let's move on. So, Chelsea in defensive players, centre-halves and defensive problems. It's a horror show, or a horror story that's been going on for a while now. Anyway, Fikayo Tomori, promising young centre-half, was looking to go out on loan at the end of the window. Chelsea were looking to either show him or Antonio Rudiger the exit. When it comes to Rudiger, they probably want to cash in and make some money with a sale. But if it was Tomori that went out instead of Rudiger, it would have been like a developmental loan, I think. Still, Chelsea had a very difficult end to the transfer window and didn't get enough bodies out the door, certainly not as many as they would have liked. And Fikayo Tomori has remained at the club, and is he 5th choice? Probably not. Rudiger might be. I don't know what's happening there. But he was interviewed regarding why he stayed and what he's hoping to do this season while he's here. Fikayo Tomori had this to say: I made the decision in the end to stay, to improve more, try and get into the team, play some games, gain some more experience, and try and get to the levels I was at last season. Alright, positive so far. He's like, yeah, I've stayed here, I'm gonna fight, try and get better, etc. But then he goes on to talk about Thiago Silva. Even though he doesn't speak a lot of English, You can tell the way he drives himself and those around him in the training pitch and on match days. You can see why he's featured at the levels that he has. I can watch what he does and see how professional he is. You always see him in the gym looking after his body and making sure he's right for the games. What he's done in the past will transfer to what he does here, and it will help all of us. Fikayo Tomori coming out saying lots of positive stuff about Thiago Silva. He insinuates in his interview that he wants to maybe be taken under his wing and become a better centre half. I mean, if you are a young up and coming defender, who better for you to be looked after than Thiago Silva? Granted, there's a bit of a language barrier at the moment, which should be getting better with Thiago Silva learning English, but you know, if you can't have John Terry, you have someone like Thiago Silva, really, don't you? Which is really nice and positive. Can Fikayo Tomori fight his way back into this first team starting 11? Maybe. I mean, yes, Zuma and Thiago Silva look like the starting two. When Thiago Silva's not there, Zuma looks a lot worse. He did look a lot worse against Southampton, making mistakes. Granted, Kepa was in behind him. Neither of them were feeding off positive, stable energy. They were making each other more shaking. Mendy, Zuma and Thiago Silva are there. Really, it's a different proposition. But maybe after that, maybe Fikayo Tomori can get in. Christensen did look poor for me. Yes, he didn't make that big high profile mistake that Zuma did, but in terms of general defending, Zuma was much, much better. So maybe Fik can get into this at the expense of Andreas Christensen. I'm not so sure. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts on who should be the third choice behind Zuma and Thiago Silva. Should it be Christensen or should it be Fikayo Tomori? I mean, we don't see what's happening in training, so we can't be sure. Anyway, let's move on and talk about the final story in today's video. Right, lately I'm seeing more headlines regarding N'golo Kante, like, oh, should he stay? Should he go? Should Chelsea replace him with Declan Rice? I mean, ultimately, this current Chelsea team, this squad they're building, and they're looking for the long term. And that's probably where these Donnarumma rumours are coming from. I did a video on it yesterday. Go and check it out, because he's 21, Pulisic 22, they're all like early 20s. You know, Edouard Mendy's pushing 30. Of course, Declan Rice is a 21-year-old captain that brings leadership and good defensive midfield attributes. He's probably what Frank Lampard wants. But, of course, we have a world-class player in N'golo Kante who's not even 30 yet. So you have guys on TalkSport saying it's a no-brainer, get Declan Rice. Kante's not the same. Declan will be the best for 10 years. You got people saying, you've got N'golo Kante, you know, chill for a minute, you need some experience in this team. And really, I want to find out where the truth is, man. Well, the truth lies somewhere in the middle, man. For me, I had a bit of like soul searching, because I love N'golo Kante. He was such an amazing signing for us. The way I look at it is, he's what, 29, he's had major injuries, he's sort of slowed down. We will no longer see the best of N'golo Kante. Now, that's kind of sad. That's not to say he can't be incredible or have amazing games, but in terms of this superstar that we saw in 2016, for 15, 16, 16, 17, and a little bit onwards, maybe 17, 18 as well, before Sarri overcooked him, really, I just don't think we're going to see that guy again. Now, this is nothing to do with positional placement on the pitch. You can play him in a two-man, in a 3-4-3 like Conte, you can play him in a two-man pivot, you can play him right centre mid like Sarri did, whatever. He can run around, intercept, he can run all day, but in terms of this player that he was, it just seems to have vanished. Now, for me, Kante's only on the decline now. Does that mean we should sell him to Inter Milan for £50 million now? Probably not. I feel like if we were going to sell Kante, we should have done it before, got like 100 million for him, bought 2 young defenders. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Kante's so valuable in terms of what he can do. I think you probably, I don't want to say let him fizzle out at Chelsea, which sounds kind of sad. But the issue is, man, he's Chelsea's highest earner on about 300k a week. Madness. Now, of course, he's worth it in terms of his player talent and value. But if he's not playing that much because of injury, you have 300k a week burning a hole on the bench, when perhaps you could have reinvested that money on someone, you know, 8 years younger, who perhaps suits the style a little bit more and what you're trying to do. I understand that. But for me, I think that what we have to do is be happy we've had N'golo Kante, be happy we can keep him, but don't expect the world from him anymore. And, you know, if he has to burn out his contract on high wages with injury problems, you got to take the rough with the smooth, man. You had a world-class World Cup winning N'golo Kante that won you a league title, a couple of other titles, and was an excellent character and face for the club throughout that period. So anyway, a bit of a sobering end to the video. Give me your thoughts and opinions on the N'golo Kante situation. I want to hear it, man. In fact, express yourself on anything down in the comment section below. I'll be down there. Please do drop a like a video if you've enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you're new, man. That's it from me. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I love me baby.